Hello students, welcome to class 10 physics class. Today we discuss a very important topic of this chapter, that is electromagnetic induction. Induction means induced. Electromagnetic, so electric field, magnetic field and induction. In short form it is called EMI. E stands for electro, M stands for magnetic and I stands for induction. So before we discuss these details about the electromagnetic induction, so one very important experiment related to this topic which discovered by scientist Michael Faraday, and from that experiment we get this concept about electromagnetic induction. That is called Faraday's experiment in 1831. So first of all we define the electromagnetic induction, some basic terms related to electromagnetic induction, then we explain the Faraday's experiment, how we got the idea or how we discovered this topic concept about the electromagnetic induction. So how we define electromagnetic induction? In previous class we discussed if we placed a current carrying conductor inside a magnetic field, a force is exerted on it, and using Fleming's left hand right rule, we derive or determine the direction of that force. And one application of that is electric motor. So electromagnetic induction means when that force is exerted on that conductor, that means that force is induced by magnetic field on that conducting rod or current carrying conductor, and due to that force one current is generated inside that conductor. Okay, because of that force, first force is induced, then that force induced a current in the coil or in the conductor. That process of induced current or induced force is called electromagnetic induction. Electro means because that current carrying conductor is connected across a battery. Magnetic means because it is placed inside the magnetic field, and due to that magnetic field one force is generated or one force is exerted on that conductor and we get some current from that conductor. So the flow of induced current in a coil when a magnetic field changes in a region, it is very important. If magnetic field is constant, then the induced current is 0. So that magnetic field continuously changes. If the magnetic field changes in that region of the coil, is called electromagnetic induction. So what happens when the magnetic field linked with the coil changes? Because when the magnetic field linked with the coil changes, so sometimes magnetic field lines is more, magnetic field lines are more, sometimes magnetic field lines are less. Due to that magnetic field lines, the force is developed inside the coil. So sometimes the force is also more, force is also less. So the current sometimes we get less, sometimes we get more. That's why this is called induced current. So the flow of induced current in a coil when the magnetic field changes in the region of that coil, this phenomena is called electromagnetic induction. Clear? Or we can say that whatever the force is generated inside the coil or conductor, that is called electromotive force. Okay. So electromotive force, the process in which An electromotive force is induced in a closed circuit due to the change in magnetic field around the circuit. And due to that force, a current is induced in a coil. Is called electromagnetic induction. Okay. So first the electromotive force is induced, and due to that force, a current is induced in the coil. That is that process, total process, induced force, then inducing the current. That total process is called electromagnetic induction. Did you understand? Okay. Now, the current is generated, induced or not. How we can understand? How we can understand the current is generated or not, or induced or not due to that electromagnetic force? So one device is connected with that circuit, that is called galvanometer. So galvanometer, we can say that is a one kind of ammeter, but there is a vast difference between them. So galvanometer is a device which detect the strength of the current and the direction of the current. Not a very large amount of current. If small amount of current is present in the circuit, then also this galvanometer works, or it detects the current is induced or not, and how much it is strong current or it is weak current, and in which direction current will flow. In which direction current. That's why the needle of the galvanometer always pointed at the middle of that zero. So if the middle of the zero, so if the current flows in a right side direction, so needle deflected right side. So from that we can understand the current flow in a right side direction. If needle deflected left side, then current induced or current flows in a left side direction. So using the galvanometer, we can detect the strength and the direction of small current present in a circuit. Okay, but there is a vast difference. So what is the difference? Galvanometer is used for detecting the strength and the direction of small current present in a circuit, but ammeter is an instrument used for determining the magnitude of current presence in the electrical circuit. Magnitude means how much current is present. That will we get from the ammeter. Okay. Galvanometer shows both side direction, but in case of a ammeter, zero is here. In case of a galvanometer, zero, if you see the galvanometer, table galvanometer, here one scale is plotted. 0 stands here. 0, after that 1, 2, 3, and this side also 1, 2, 3. So needle is pointed here. So in whatever the direction of the current, with respect to that, this needle will deflect either right side or left side. This is for galvanometer. But in case of an ammeter, this is a scale. The 0 is placed here. So in one direction, only in one direction. And for that it only shows the magnitude of the current. The needle, this needle is always pointed 0, and 0 is this side, at the left side, left to right side. Okay, but in case of a galvanometer, both side deflection is there. So what is the difference? There is a tabular form of the difference between galvanometer and ammeter. One is a definition, another one is a symbol. Symbol, it is in at the middle, and ammeter, either it will be right like this way, or you can draw this side. Some deflected, needle is always left side. Okay. Direction of the current shows, it does not show the direction of the current. It gives us the magnitude, how much ampere of current is flows through the circuit, that one. Galvanometer is more sensitive. Inside the galvanometer, in class 12, you studied the structure of the galvanometer and details about the galvanometer. Okay. So inside the galvanometer, one magnet also be present. And because of that, if large amount of current flows through the circuit, then it will be damaged. That's why galvanometer is more sensitive than the ammeter. Ammeter is less sensitive. This is the basic difference between the galvanometer and the ammeter. Take a screenshot and please write down. Okay. Now we come to our main point, that from where we get the idea about the electromagnetic induction, and that is nothing but Faraday's experiment. What is Faraday's experiment? 3 diagrams are there. This is a coil. Okay, this is a coil. This coil is attached with a galvanometer. Clear? And this is one magnet, north south. Now the magnet and the galvanometer is at rest. Magnet does not move here or here, and coil also does not move from this side or that side. Both are the fixed in their own place. So in this figure, magnetic flux linked, magnetic field lines linked with this coil. If we draw this one, magnetic field lines linked with this coil is fixed, it does not change. But what is the definition? Magnetic field changes. If the magnetic field changes, then only the force is induced, then only the current also induced. But in the first case, both are at rest. So magnetic field lines linked with the coil also constant. So galvanometer source, 0 deflection. Here we get 0 deflection. Clear? Now in second figure, the magnet will move towards the coil. That means, if we compare with the first figure, whatever the magnetic field lines linked with the coil, when it moves towards the coil, okay, magnetic field lines linked with the coil increases. That means it will change. Change means either increase or decrease. So when it moves towards the coil, the magnetic field lines, see the diagram, more magnetic field lines linked with the coil. That means magnetic field line increases. So if magnetic field change, a force is induced, electromotive force is induced, and we see that galvanometer source right side deflection. That means current also induced. From that deflection of galvanometer, we can conclude that due to the movement of magnet, that means because of the movement of the magnet, magnetic field linked with the coil also changes. Magnetic field lines linked with the coil also changes, and it induced a force, and due to that force a current is induced in a circuit, which is because of that current, galvanometer source right side deflection. So current direction is right side towards the coil. Third number. Now if the magnet, that bar magnet, far away from the coil, this is towards the coil, now far away from the coil, then what happens? Clearly magnetic field lines linked with the coil decreases. In this place, if these two are very closer to each other, then magnetic field lines are more, linked with the coil is more. When the distance between them is more, then the magnetic field lines linked with the coil is decreases. Either increase or decrease, that means magnetic field change. Our motto is electric field. If the electric field change, then we get the induced current. So due to this, magnetic field lines decreases because the bar magnet far away from the coil. Now in this case, galvanometer source left side deflection. This is a dotted line, is its initial position 0. Left side, this is a right side deflection, this is a left side deflection. So current will flow in a left side direction. So if we change the motion of the magnet, or the direction of the magnet, once towards the coil, once far away from the coil, so direction of the induced current also changes, and we get that idea from the deflection of galvanometer. In second case, galvanometer will show the right side deflection, and in case of a third figure, galvanometer shows the left side deflection, when the magnet far away from the coil, and in this figure when the magnet moves towards the coil. Clear? So now here one question is there. Only if magnet will, when the magnet will move far away from the coil, only that time magnetic flux linked? No. Suppose now magnet is fixed. If you move the coil towards the magnet or far away from the magnet, then also magnetic field linked with the coil changes. Okay. So if both means the coil or the circuit, closed circuit, and the magnet is at rest, then only the galvanometer shows zero deflection, because magnetic field lines linked with the coil constant. There is no change in magnetic field. But if you either if you move the magnet or the coil towards each other, but not both. If you move the magnet towards the coil, then coil will fixed in their own position, and if you want to move the coil, then the magnet fixed in their own position. Okay, so due to this second and third case, magnetic field linked with the coil changes. In one case, it will increase when it moves towards the coil, and the third case, it will decrease when it move far away from the coil. In these two cases, the galvanometer shows some deflection, right side and left side deflection. So from this experiment, we conclude that because of the change in magnetic field, a current is induced in the coil, and that this total procedure to induce the current is in the closed circuit, or in a closed coil, is called electromagnetic induction. Clear? Okay. So here I will write when you move the magnet back and forth, the galvanometer needle moves, which indicate that a current is induced in the coil. Okay. And when magnet is not moving, the galvanometer needle also not move, remains constant at 0, no deflection, that means 0 deflection. And the direction of induced current, in this direction, the direction of induced current we can determine by the using of Fleming's right hand rule. In a case of in which direction force will generated or force will move, we get from Fleming's left hand rule, and the direction of induced current can be determined by using the Fleming's right hand rule. Next class we discuss the Fleming's right hand rule, and one application also be there, that is electric generator. Now we discuss in your NCERT book, page number, I don't know the page number, explanation of activity 13.8. In your NCERT, just a minute, you wait, I will tell you the page number. Page number 234. In page number 234, one activity is there, activity number 13.8. This figure is there. Okay. And another one activity is there, activity 13.9. In your NCERT book, this figure is there. Now we discuss or explain this two activity. This one is nothing but this experiment. Okay. In class 12, you studied this electromagnetic induction are two types. One is a self-induction, another one is a mutual induction. These two activities shows that two types of induction. Self-induction, in a one circuit or in a closed circuit, only one circuit is there. In that circuit, the magnetic field changes, and due to that change in magnetic field, a current will generated on that circuit only. But mutual induction, we use two closed coil or two circuit. In one circuit, the magnetic field linked with the coil changes, and this effect, due to that change in magnetic field, the current is changed. That means magnetic field also linked with the second coil, and if the magnetic field changes, the force is induced in a second coil, and due to that force we get the induced in a second coil. That is called mutual induction. Mutual means due to one coil we get the induced current in another coil, and self induction means in that coil only, in the same coil or in the same circuit, a magnetic field changes and induced current also be induced in that circuit only. So in this figure, explanation of this circuit, one copper coil, copper wire is mounted over a non-conducting cylindrical shape. Anything you can use. You can use the paper, that thick paper roll also be used over there. You just wrapped this copper coil. It is connected with a galvanometer. So here galvanometer shows some deflection, that means current is already induced because the magnet is moved towards the coil or the circuit. This is nothing but this explanation. Okay, just the diagram of the circuit is different. Now what happened here? The galvanometer change. Galvanometer shows right side deflection. So that means current will generate it. One thing is there. From this deflection we cannot understand the direction of current. Sorry, this is my mistake. The current is induced or not we can understand by the deflection of galvanometer, and from opposite deflection in these two cases we can understand that current will in which direction the current will flow for the second case, thus the opposite direction current will flow in a third case. But from this deflection of the galvanometer we cannot understand the direction of the induced current. That is, we can understand using the Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, the galvanometer, deflection of galvanometer gives us the current induced in a circuit or not. If the current is induced, and then the galvanometer shows the deflection, and because these two are the different cases, one move towards the coil and another one move far away from the coil, that's why the deflection is opposite. One is right side, another one is a left side. Okay, so we can understand the direction of current for both cases, this second case and third case will opposite to each other, but in which direction for this it will move, it is determined by the Fleming's right hand rule. Sorry, it is by mistake, I will say that one. Okay, then after that what happened? If you far away, this magnet, if far away from the coil, then the galvanometer shows the opposite direction. That means the current is induced, but the current will flow in an opposite direction compared to the first one. So this type of induction, this type of electromagnetic induction is called self-induction. Okay, clear? So this is called due to the change in magnetic field, current is induced. So we can say that this is the electromagnetic induction. This process is electromagnetic induction. In this coil, what happened? In here the coil 1 and coil 2 is there. You just see